Hi guys, this is George from Diamondyard Sports Cards. This is a subscriber response video for Jake Ticket Leprechaun. Jake, I really enjoy your channel and the interactions I have with you. You have some fantastic autographs, and I collect mostly vintage cards, and graded cards, but it doesn't mean that I don't collect just regular raw cards, which I do all the time. And I really appreciate your awesome collection of raw vintage cards. And for being a guy who probably I'm older than you are, and I really enjoy the fact that you really soak up the history, try to learn about the history of each item. And so guys in the community, I know that many of my subscribers are also with Jake as well, but if you haven't checked out Jake's channel, please do. He's got a fantastic channel with a lot of very unique and cool insights and great opinions about baseball. So I want to talk about some cards that I wanted a story for the subscriber contest about a card. I'm going to show a few cards off that I got when I was a kid and kind of related to a present story. So here we go. Okay guys, so I have some cards that I had purchased when I was a kid. Now these all have been in my possession since at least probably 1985, 84. In 82, when I was collecting and really collecting heavy as about a 9, 10-year-old, I kind of got tired after a while of trying to get Steve Sax's and Lee Smith's and Joe Carbonneau's, and even though Fernando's wonderful. So I started to buy some old cards. And so these cards have been in my collection for many, many years. This was one of my first vintage cards, a Frank Robinson 64. I remember when I got it, it didn't have this rubbed off, and so I rubbed it off the back to reveal. These cards on 64s have little trivia questions. Who has the top AL hitting mark since 1900? And if you scratch it off, it says Ty Cobb. Anyway, and I fell in love with these old cards back when I was about 10 years old. And so, again, these have been in my possession for a long time. Well, how is this related to Jake's contest? Well, I got many of them graded just because I wasn't searching for, the increase in value. These 58 All-Stars were super cool because at the time you could get yourself a Hank Aaron, and it wasn't really expensive. And you could see what he did against the other teams. For example, here, you could see that he just destroyed the Pittsburgh Pirates, hitting 362, and destroyed the Chicago Cubs, hitting 368. And so these really gave me appreciation. Some of my favorite cards were the 1959 set. And again, this Banks has been in my possession since about 1984. And this Mays, this was one of the first vintage cards I ever bought. If you guys watch my videos, you know that. I think I had to pony up at a local comic book shop. I was going through underneath a table, going through tons of 1959 cards, and stumbled upon a Willie Mays. And I think I had to pony up, somewhere between $12 and $15, which was a lot of money because, back then, that was a lot of packs. That was a lot of packs. If the packs were 30 cents, 35 cents, that's a lot of packs. And I picked up this Banks. And lastly, picked up this Henry Aaron. And these are some of the better Hall of Famers. But one of the Hall of Famers I had until recently, Jake, this card is a Brooks Robinson card, a 1959 Brooksy. And so what I did with it, I never got it graded because it had a little crease, but it was a super nice Brooks Robinson card. And thanks to Mike Baseball Collector, he had done a Brooks Robinson TTM, and I haven't done a TTM since I was a kid. I sent off a couple cards to Mr. Robinson, and this card that I've had in my possession, likely since 1983, came back signed by Brooks Robinson. And I just thought that was a really cool thing. I was thinking about it, I don't know how many other hands this 1959 card has gone through, but I know that the last two people that really possessed the card in any significant way were me and then Brooks Robinson when I sent it to him, and then he sent it back to me. So Jake, I hope you enjoyed this story. Guys, please subscribe to Jake's channel, give him a thumbs up, and congratulations, Jake, on your contest, and keep collecting.